Hello viewers, welcome to Daily Retro. Today we're going to be installing the Ledberg LED lights from IKEA into our games room. They are perfectly suited for IKEA Kallax units, which I use for storing my consoles and all my controllers underneath this unit. So we're going to crack open the box that we got. Nice clear packaging. Got a power supply here which is about 0.125 amps for total usage, which is really nice because it keeps the electricity usage nice and low. Got 3 LED strips here, so you can choose to use just 1 or 2 if you like, but as these units are longer than 75 centimeters, which is the maximum length of each of these boxes, it's ideal for me just to use all of them. Open the rest of the box, and I've just got some instructions in here which is basically telling you how to install these mounts and how to use this clicky light here, which basically stops the lighting cycling through different colours. So for this install, you basically, instead of using adhesive, you're going to take these mounts out, which are basically small pieces of plastic that you clip the strips into. So these little mounts here with little holes in. You're just going to need the screws provided. And then all you're going to need for the install really is a handheld drill with a small Phillips head. If we turn that open, and you get the screws out. I think they provide 6 different mounting brackets, so you can put 2 on each LED strip if you want to. I think previously I've found that 1 is absolutely sufficient really, because they're screwed into the actual wood of the Kallax unit, which makes them nice and strong. As you can see there, the screws into the mount, and the actual power is going to be pretty simple to install. You just literally pop the top in, and that goes into your 3-port IKEA plug. And then we're going to set these up and then plug in the power supply afterwards, but we're essentially going to, when it's done, just slide this in and then turn it on with the power, and this LED strip will light up, as you'll see in a few moments. So around the back of my Kallax unit, one thing to note is the LEDs look really good at night, especially if your unit is at least 5 to 10 centimeters away from the wall. This just gives it a nice bit of reflection. So basically we're going to install the first mount, which is going to be for the middle set of LEDs first. So we're going to put this in the middle of the unit, which in this case will be in the middle of the back of the TV. So make sure you get the screws ready, and then just go careful with your drill. And because the units are generally made of chipboard, it's not too hard to screw them in. And then when it's tight, it shouldn't move unless you use a lot of force. And then grab your first strip of LED and just peel away the protective film, and then sort of try to line it up with the middle of the bracket, and then just push it into place. You should hear a satisfying click when you do. It can still move left and right, as you can see, and this just gives us a good base for installing the other 2 LEDs either side of it, which is nice. So just before you install the brackets for the other strips, just line up where you're going to put your other strips, you'll see how far it comes out, and then just bring it in, say 5 centimeters from the end, which it will give us a nice space, and then put your bracket down in line with where you think you're going to install it. Doesn't have to be too exact because the units flex quite nicely. So again, take off the protective film, put that to one side, and then we'll drill in this little bracket hopefully. Can be a little bit fiddly with these very small screws. So just use the magnetic tip of your drill to get it back in place. Try and be gentle with it. And there we have the second bracket installed. So now we'll just be able to put the connecting end close to the middle bracket, clip it into place, and then we'll literally just be able to push it into the other unit. And then you should hear a nice little click as it goes in, and that's 2 out of 3 done. So as you can see, we've implemented the last piece. This is going to be the unit that actually gets the power in. So IKEA do provide these little brackets that go on the end of the power supply, so that it creates a nice flat protective unit. In this case we're probably not going to use it just because I've got a lot of wires and it makes it nice, it makes it really stiff. So if you want your cable to flex, then you don't need it. I believe they come with bits of 3M adhesive if you want to attach them to a unit as well. But essentially, as we've installed the last unit, all we need to do is plug the power supply with the contacts facing it up into the end of the unit, as so. And then just plug the plug into your plug of choice and turn it on. Default setting is just going to rotate through different colours of lights, so I think there's 7 different colours, maybe even more than that. But when you want to pause it, you just press the button once, and then as you can see there, it stayed on this really nice neon blue colour, which is one of my personal favourites. And then if you were to press it again, it just goes into another colour changing mode. And then if you want to go and stick with a colour, it's nice to know that it can stay at a specific colour after it's been turned off. So if I wanted that nice green, I'll just pause it there with a button tap, turn off the unit at the wall goes off, turn it back on, still green, which is nice. So you don't have to really mess with this unit after it gets turned off on the wall. So as long as you set these up right the first time, you don't have to ever touch them again if you've got a specific favourite colour, which is good. So this is my games room at night with all the IKEA LEDBERG LEDs on. Lights it up really nicely, especially behind the Kallax units. As I aforementioned, it's nice to have them sort of 5 to 10 centimeters away from the wall, so you get a nice glow. Really lights everything up well. A really nice place to come in the evening and just chill out with the lights on low like this. And it lights up the consoles really nicely. I'll just show you behind. So this strip that we installed in the video today sort of points up so that it exacerbates this poster here, but the rest of them are installed slightly differently, so they're basically pointing against the wall instead of up the wall, which you may or may not be able to see, but that does give it a lot nicer effect behind the console, so it's not too bright and doesn't come come out from the Kallax unit, affecting your line of sight. And yeah, if you have any questions on today's video, just let me know down in the comments. If you could like and subscribe if you really liked this install video, that'd be great. Cheers.